Whether or not the number of feline clinical trials will change in the future is going to be dependent on a lot of interest in feline cancers. So a lot of times what we find with the feline cancers is they are either slow insidious diseases like GI lymphoma or mast cell, visceral mast cell disease, where the disease can easily be managed as a chronic disease for a long period of time, and the animal can have a good quality of life. It's hard to want to do a lot of research in those areas when what we have is a pretty good treatment. However, when it comes to certain diseases like injection site sarcomas, which are less common than they used to be, but are a horrible disease to manage and very expensive, I think we are going to see an increase, and we have seen an increase in the number of trials looking at how to better treat those, either systemically with chemo or better surgical and radiation options for that. I think when it comes to some of the oral tumors, head and neck, those types of things, I think there's a lot of work that's being done on the benchtop. And reviewing grants for Morris Animal Foundation and AKC, I see these grants come across, and so there is work being done. The problem is finding something that's successful enough to take into a clinical trial. These are diseases that are so terrible that a lot of times these interventions aren't successful enough to want to move forward into a clinical trial. So I think as science changes, as we understand the disease better, as we maybe are able to eke out some weaknesses, we will then be able to probably apply therapies, and that will lead to more clinical trials. It's just our traditional chemo radiation type stuff doesn't work.